joining this series, the Cyber Speaker series, this new edition with Jay Grosman from iAutoAgent. Jay's got some innovative technology to share with us this week, and we'd love to hear from him. We got some friendly competition in the polls, so keep an eye out for the polls. Your votes will count, and you have an opportunity to win some pretty cool merch. And if you have any questions, please throw them in the Q&A and we will get to them either in the session or at the end.
All right.
Go ahead, Jay. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for joining, everybody. Yes, your vote counts. We are going to have some fun today. It's not going to be, not saying that other speeches are boring, but mine definitely will not be boring. And let's talk a little bit about housekeeping real quick. If you have a burning question, and I'm sure you will, put it in the chat, and my moderators, Sean and Drew and Brian, will bring these questions to me at the end of the presentation. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background so you know where I come from, why I started this company, and an overview of the company that I work for. I'm the CEO and founder of iAutoAgent, and we're going to play a game. There's going to be different types of scams, and we're going to see how well you do, all the way to the point where we're going to have these polls. And if you participate, we are going to calculate who has the highest score by the end of the presentation, and the winner gets a prize. And it is a 60-day membership to our Road Club membership program. I really want everybody to participate here. Listen really, really closely, and we'll save the questions to the end. We're going to have some fun. So starting a little bit about my background, I come from a family of four. My dad was actually a salesperson, and my mom was a CPA. And so we had this like tug of war. If you've ever seen, how a CPA is, they're very detailed, and they have lists and checklists, and salespeople are kind of all over the place. So I had this tug of war in between, the personality of my dad and the personality of my mom. And, basically what they taught me was to be ethical, to have integrity, to have respect, and to basically do the right thing. And they said, you know what? You need to go to school and get a college degree. And I was like, okay, well, I'll go to school. I have no idea what I want to do. And one of my schools, of course, was Maryville University. I graduated there in 1996. And I said to myself, I really want to get into sales of some sort, something, super ethical that my parents had taught me for all these years. So what did I do? Car sales, right? That's the most ethical thing you can possibly think of. Car sales. And you probably recognize somebody that looks like this, or maybe not even that looks like this anymore, maybe the modern day salesperson. But at the end of the day, we all know the drill, right? We go to the dealer, we sit there for 4 to 7 hours, you have the back and forth routine, you want to trade in your car, you want to buy a car. It's just that it's usually a terrible process. And you'll sit there and they'll sit there and they'll give you the value of your car. And you're like, no, I don't think I want that. Okay, well, let me go back and talk to my manager. And then he talks to Guido, and Guido's like, okay, well, I'll give them more money for their car. And then he comes back and it just becomes a tennis match, right? You're just sitting there going like this, and you're sitting there for sometimes hours and hours waiting for the deal that you want that you really probably will never get. So what happens? From my standpoint, I was the doctor coming out of an unsuccessful surgery. I was the one that had to give you the news about your trade-in that you thought was worth $1 million, and you found out it really wasn't. But you didn't want to go and do it yourself. So what did you do? You were completely stressed out and said, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do this. We're just going to get it over with. It's kind of like going to the dentist. And at the end of the day, it's like a marathon. You're like, oh my gosh, it's over with. But in reality, why do people go to the dealer to sell their car? Well, the reality is yes, you're going to get less money, but it's going to be over with that day. Why don't people sell the car on their own? There's several reasons. It's unsafe and it's time consuming. And especially right now with this pandemic, and we're going to talk about scams as we get into this. It's going to be really enlightening, and it's going to blow your mind. It's more unsafe these days than it ever has been, and it's because of computers and cell phones. So in 1996 is when I got into the business, and I literally left it in 2014. I spent 18 years in the dealership world, and I'm like, see ya. Because I saw the writing on the wall. I saw everything going online. I saw things changing. And bottom line, I knew that people didn't like the process of selling their car to the dealer and buying a car. So I felt it was my responsibility to have an impact on the world. And I felt like I was going to start this wonderful business called iAutoAgent. And I did. In 2015, I started this company, and I'm like, I'm going to knock it out of the park, and I'm going to take the old dealership model and I'm going to turn it right on its head. I'm going to take the process that people don't like, and I'm just going to change it around, and I'm going to make it so the person selling the car benefits, the person buying the car, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship, because usually when you're working with a dealer, it's one-sided. It's only one-sided. So right now, just to give you a little bit more on my background, I am an automotive advisor on Fox 2 News and Channel 4 News. I go on TV and I teach people how to stay away from scams, online scams, buying and selling. And as we get into this program, you're going to see that unfortunately, people are losing their life to simply trying to sell their car or buy a car. I've auditioned for Shark Tank twice now, and I'm also a thought leader for the Business Journal Leadership Trust Committee. I write articles for the St. Louis Business Journal on my industry and giving business leaders like myself tips on how to safely sell their vehicle or potentially buy another vehicle. So this is where it's going to get a little sad, unfortunately. I'm going to give you a couple cases where people have lost their lives, one of them selling a car and the other one buying a car. And the first study is this, and you may have even remembered this. So back a few years back, there was a gentleman. He was an SIUE student. He was an engineering student, super, super smart guy. Back in 2016, he decided he wanted to sell his 350Z. It was a 2007, and he decided to meet this guy at a truck stop. Here's what happened. He got murdered. The guy that wanted to buy his car had an ulterior motive. He had just had his vehicle repossessed and wanted the exact same vehicle that the bank took back from him. So he took this educated person and killed him. He literally dragged his body into the woods and drove off in his car. Meanwhile, there's the parents of this kid. It kills me because I'm a parent myself of a teenager and 21-year-old. And just because the guy just tried to sell his car on his own. And the really scary thing was I was doing a speaking presentation the moment that this crime was happening on the very topic of how to stay safe when you're selling your car online. Let's go to the next study. This literally just happened in September. This couple has 5 kids, and they decided they wanted an SUV for their family. So they went out and they wanted to buy a 2017 Toyota RAV4. So they went out to buy the vehicle, and they met the guy, and the guy says, "Oh my goodness, I brought the wrong title. Why don't you follow me back to my house? I'll get the right title. We can sign it, and everything is history from there." Well, unfortunately, these people lost their lives, and this was in Colorado. This just happened. They simply went out to buy a car and never came home, and now these 5 kids are orphans. This is very serious stuff. So even though we're going to have some fun playing some of these games, at the end of the day, what I hope for everybody that's watching this is that you take something away that will help keep you safe when you're selling your car or buying another car. So we're going to play a game. It's called Spot the Scam. We're going to have 3 text messages. The first text, the second text, and the third text. You only pick one, whatever one is real. I'm sorry, whatever one is fake. If you look, you can see that on your screen, you have a poll. And I'm going to read these text messages to you, and obviously we'll get the answer, but it's going to be very interesting to see how everybody fares as far as what they think the answer is. So these are real texts that came into our company, and this is what people receive when they're selling their car. Let's start with text number 1. It comes from an out-of-state number. Jason, do you still have your '05 white GX470 with 139K miles listed on cars.com? Text number 2 comes from an out-of-state number. Is this your ad on cars.com? Is still for sale, 2013 Ford Edge Limited. The third text is the minivan still for sale? What I'd like you to do right now, and we're going to take about 30 seconds, vote, and we're going to take a look at the poll to see who got it correct. Go ahead and take your time right now and vote. Okay, so hopefully you guys got your answers in. Let's see what the real results are. See if anybody got it right.
We're waiting on one person.
Someone's still deciding?
Give you 5 seconds.
All right, 5 seconds else, and you get 1 point for every one you get right. So add up your points, and we'll be adding them up too. There will be no recounts.
There you go.
All right.
Results.
All right. So 50% of the people actually chose text 2. But here's what's really scary. 42% actually chose text 3, and some people chose text 1. It is text 2, but over half of you got it wrong. So how did I know that? So let's talk about that. The way that I knew was this. It's an out-of-state number. That doesn't mean it's a scam, but that is a red flag right there. So I have to look a little bit deeper. If you look at the verbiage for this ad, it says, is this your ad on cars.com is still for sale, 2013 Ford Edge Limited. That is not how people from United States speak. So as we get to we're going to have 2 more questions here. I'm thinking that you're going to get better each time because, again, my goal is to educate you today so you get the answer right for the next one. So everybody ready for the next? Here it goes. Whoop. Whoop. Hopefully you didn't see that. So text 1, text 2, and text 3. I'm going to read them. The first one is from an out-of-state number. It says, is the Jetta GLI 2012 available? The second one's an out-of-state number. Good morning, is your car advert on carsoup.com still available? Please get back with me with your firm price. There's an email address, ASAP, thank you. And the third is calling about your SUV. So let's go ahead and get our answers in. The faster, the better. What does your gut say? Which one is the scam? And I'll leave it to Drew and Sean to let me know when everybody has their votes in.
They're coming in quick this time, Jay.
All right. I have a feeling that your guys are going to get this one, considering I just gave you the answer if you're paying attention.
It's freebie if you're paying attention.
Oh, my goodness. We're having fun here.
Yeah. Still waiting on one more.
I wish I could see everybody's face right now.
It's a little bit different with the webinar.
Yeah.
Next time we have you, we'll do a regular call. We can get a bunch of people on.
There you go. All right. Does everybody have their votes in?
I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Still missing that one.
All right.
Oh, they just came in. There you
All
go.
right. All right. Let's see.
Here's the results.
Oh, you guys are getting better.
There you go.
All right. We still have 25% that are getting it wrong. But 75% actually got it right. So I'm thinking the next time around, we should be able to get closer to 100%. That's my goal. All right. So let's go to the next. 1 second. Oh, and just so you know, and you probably already can guess, out-of-state number. And then the other thing I want to point out is this actually has an email address in there. Keep in mind, we're texting here. Why do I need an email address? And that's why 75% of you actually got it right. So let's go to the next, and I'm hoping I don't click too much. Okay, good. Whoa, okay. There's the poll. Here we go. I want 100% on this one. The first text is from an out-of-state number. I would bring you 20,000 for your bike this weekend. That's the first one. Because at one point we actually did sell motorcycles, so that's why they're saying bike. The second one is from a local number. Is your Toyota Sienna still available? The third one is out of state, 2007 300C, still up for sale. If yes, kindly email me at blah, 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 blah. So go ahead and put your answers in. I'm hoping to see 100% here because I said a very key thing in the last scam to see if you guys get it right. So tell me when the polls are in, Drew and Sean.
Tricky.
Yeah.
So waiting on one. So I have a question for you about the. Do you have any? Do you do any like training for phishing scams?
Oh yes. One of the things that we're gonna have in this is a phishing scam.
Wonderful.
Oh yeah, I got everything covered.
Awesome.
Phishing scams are bad.
Still waiting on one.
All right. 5 seconds or you forfeit your points. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And are they in?
Nope, but I called it.
Okay. Oh, almost 100%. All right. So 9% of you didn't realize text 3 was, and here's how I knew about this, okay? The key is to know how I knew about it. So let's go ahead and close this out. How did I know? Well, first of all, out-of-state number, a little bit of a red flag. But anytime anybody is texting with you and they email you, that is by far a scam because when someone's texting, that's how they want to talk to you. There's no point of doing an email. And that right there is phishing. It is a form of phishing. They want to get your information. It's not as bad as some of the other stuff that we're going to talk about, but when you email them, now they have your email and then you go on a list and it can be unpleasant when you get your name on a list. So I'm glad to see 91%. That means that the next time somebody gets texted when they're selling their car, they're not going to fall for that. So let's go to the next. iAutoAgent, my company, we protect you from all the scams. We basically take, when I use like the thermometer gauge, we keep it from exploding. We want to keep it down here. We want to keep the chances of scams as low as possible. So we go through a process on how to do that. This is how our company works. If you decide that you want to sell your car, you can literally call us, email us, you can go online, and fill out a form online by click sell your car. And within 24 hours, you will get a valuation on your vehicle by a human being, not by a computer. And literally within 24 hours, you get a written valuation on what iAutoAgent will give you for your vehicle upon a successful transaction. You will literally never lift a finger. You will never leave your house. You will never have to meet strange people. We even give you a cash price. So if you don't want to put it on the market like a real estate agent would put a house on the market, that's exactly what we do. We are real estate agents for cars. And what we also do to verify the condition of your vehicle, so we get the information over the phone, but we send out an independent mechanical inspector to your home or work. Once again, you don't have to leave your house. We pay for all the costs involved. We get discounts on mobile detailing that comes to your house or work to make your vehicle look amazing. And we take professional photographs and a video walk around of your vehicle. We literally advertise your vehicle to 500 different websites, and we pay for every cost involved. When you are selling the car on your own, you only have a choice of a few websites. We have 500 plus websites. It will put more eyes on your car than anything. And one of the most important parts of the process, and this is where I talk about safety, you have a dedicated agent to your account that answers every text message. So all those text messages that come in, all the emails, all the phone calls, we find verified buyers, people that can buy your vehicle. We can help them get financing, whatever we have to do. And then we send a car concierge to pick up your vehicle from your home, do the showing, and bring it back to your home without ever bringing a stranger anywhere near your family. And we keep your privacy safe. We have a dedicated transaction coordinator that will take care of all that sticky paperwork. There are very complicated documents, and if you do not fill them out correctly, it can be very detrimental to you. So titles and bills of sale and death certificates, unfortunately, and lien releases and payoffs, all of that we take care of. And at the end of the day, you get a check in your hand. The moment that we get the money, you get your money. And it's very simple how this works. We don't have a building. We don't have a lot. We do not have storage fees. When we give you that valuation on your vehicle, you're going to get pretty close to private party, if not even more than that. But the buyer can actually buy your vehicle for less because we only work on a quarter to half of the margin of a typical dealer. So the seller never, ever pays us a penny for our services. It's a no-brainer. It is the most amazing type of service that we offer, and we keep you away from the scams. So here we go. Get ready, get your thinking caps on, because we're going to go into what you know about selling a car. Let's start with the first. And get ready. What is the best method to communicate with a potential buyer? Is it the phone? Is it the text? Is it an email? What is the best way? I'm curious to see if anybody gets this right, because you might be surprised of the answer. Just to mix things up a little bit. So what's the best method to communicate with a potential buyer? Phone, text, or email? How are we doing there, Sean?
We're getting close. Got 11 out of 13 so far.
All right. We need more people. Come on.
84%.
All right. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. It's going to be interesting.
5, 4, 3. All right, here we go.
There we go.
All in it.
Ooh. 50% of people got it wrong. but I'm really glad that 58% actually got it right. I don't know how we have that, but I think someone didn't vote or something. Here's what we have here. The reason why you always, and good job if you got the point for the phone. Here's why we want to do the phone. Because we don't know who's behind the computer. And this is very, very serious. When people are texting, when people are emailing, they are masking their identity. We can tell so much about a person when we hear their voice. Get the people on the phone. Even if they will text you, they will email you, but only talk to them on the phone. Find out who they are. Find out where they live. Find out as much information as you can. Because guess what? The next step is you got to meet them. So let's talk about a case study here that this just happened in September. This is a 39-year-old gentleman from North Carolina. He decided so just a little background about him. He was an expert on selling cars. He had sold a lot of cars on Craigslist. In fact, he even flipped cars for a living. He went to sell a 2012 Range Rover on Craigslist. He has never been seen since. To this day, he literally disappeared. So get these people on the phone, figure out who they are. Okay? Now, the next question is, and this is another poll question, where should you meet the buyer? We're going to put the poll out. And I'm really curious to see what you say on this. Is it a lighted parking lot? Is it your house? Is it a bank? Or is it a police station? Which one is the correct answer? And I think most people probably will get it right, but you might be surprised.
Yeah, you know what happened last time? I was looking at those numbers. So I think someone actually joined in the middle of the poll, so it counted.
Are they trying to get more points? Are they trying to scam the system?
Maybe. Or you know what? I think they're allowed to pick on some of these questions. They're allowed to pick multiple answers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because I don't know. Maybe get some multiple answers.
Yeah.
All right, missing 2. Get your answers in. Get those points.
Yeah. All right, 5 seconds. How we doing?
We're doing great. Looking good so far.
All right, 5, 4. Get your answer in. Get those points. 3, 2, 1.
Here's the results.
I was hoping that people would say that, but I also knew people would say bank. So here's the answer. It is a police station, okay? And here's why. We only meet at police stations. So when we're selling your car, when you're on the phone with somebody, you totally will take away probably 90% of potential scammers the moment you say you're going to meet a police station. The bank, it's a decent choice, but it's not the right choice. Because when you say police station, if they're really trying to pull a scam, they're probably not going to meet you, and that'll eliminate it right there. So what we do is we meet the strange people that you don't want to meet. And let me tell you, there are some characters. There's no doubt about it. And you don't know who you're going to meet. That's why you go through the process, the phone, the police station. Now, the question is, too, when you meet the buyer at the police station, should you go with them on the drive? Yes, no, or it really doesn't matter. So get your thinking caps on, because it's going to be an interesting answer for you.
We need some like Jeopardy music in here.
Oh yeah, we should have had music. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think of it.
Oh, here, I'll pull it up. Or actually, if you since you're screen sharing, you can whatever audio is piped through your system will come out through Zoom.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't even know how to do that. I'm just happy my technology's working. I don't want to jinx it by putting music. I could sing, but most people wouldn't like to listen to me sing.
Oh, come on. We'd love to hear you sing.
Yeah, unfortunately, nobody else does. My whole family. I want to be a singer and a comedian, but the comedy part I think I could do. I really do like that, and I could use my family as my material.
We got Brian is playing comedian right now. He said, "Take the title and let them steal it." That'll really get rid of any like straggling scammers.
All
there
right.
you go.
All right. Does everybody have all their votes in?
I know
we're not going to recount.
Alice, you texted the group. If you want to put your poll answer in the poll, then we can count your answer.
Get those points. It'll be interesting to see who wins this thing. It's fun.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it.
All right. Ooh. Ooh. So 69% said no. 23% says it doesn't matter. And 23% says yes. So the 23% that said yes, congratulations, you got the points. Let's talk about that for a second. So, okay. So let's talk about if you don't go with them. Who has navigation in your car? We'll do the imaginary hand raise. When you have navigation in your car, most people have this thing called home, so they don't have to type it in, and it goes directly to their house. So if you meet them and they're driving your car, you're not at home, are you? But they can get to your house, can't they? And what's that little thing right above your head on that visor? The garage door opener, right? Not only can they go to your house, but they can open your garage and rob you blind. So what's another thing that they can find in your car? What's in the glove compartment? Insurance card. Some people even have their title, which would be a no-no. Registration. All of that information, personal information in your glove compartment. That's what people do. They go through people's glove compartments.
Where should we keep that stuff?
So you should still keep it in the glove compartment, just not your title. The title never put in the glove compartment. That should be in a safe, like a fireproof safe at your house. And the other stuff you do leave in the glove compartment. But here's the other thing too, and this has happened before. We have had people want to take test drives, and they like to take parts off people's cars. They may have the same exact car and they're missing a part and they're having to try to find a part. You don't know what people's ulterior motives are. But let's talk about a little bit, what is the down point if you actually go with them? You might end up kidnapped. But at the end of the day, the best way to do it is to go with them. You want to be with your car 100% of the time. But I'm going to give you some golden nuggets right now. Listen closely. When you're at the police station, take a picture of their driver's license, take a picture of their license plate, and take a picture of them and send it to somebody that loves you so they know where you're at. There's also like little things on our phone so we can track them. So like Find My iPhone, and there's one for Android. They know where you're at. Always tell a loved one where you're at. Now, granted, we don't know what kind of driver they are, but it's much safer to go with them because the chances of a scam greatly diminish. And once again, if you follow the process that I'm teaching you today, you should never, ever run into any of that. So let's talk about this scam. This is something that, this isn't a poll necessarily, but I want to give you some information here, and I want to see if people, and just put in the chat, so Sean can see and Drew can see. I want you to tell me what the scam is here. Somebody messaged us on our 2015 Fiat, and they simply said, "Thank you for the information. I'm interested in purchasing the vehicle. If you don't mind, I would be glad if you can send me the breakdown of charges for the vehicle. Also include any other fees which need to be paid." Totally seems legit, right? Can the paperwork be sent through FedEx or email for me to sign and send it back? That sounds legit. I will be using my credit card to make the full payment, including the 3% fee if possible, before the vehicle can be picked up for your premises. He's offering to pay because as a credit card, you get charged a fee. So as a company, he's willing to pay the fee. Sounds good. He needs plates. So can you go ahead and send me a purchase agreement or a bill of sale to proceed? And then he gives us all his information down here. He gives us the address. He gives us where he lives. He gives us his phone number. And then he just says, "Looking to hear from you as soon as possible." Okay, so let's go to the next. These are actual text messages. All this stuff that I'm showing you, these are real emails. And you can actually see, this one's on October 1st that this scam came into our company. So he's texting with my agent, "Can you send me an email with the out-the-door price and the Carfax?" So then my agent says, "Sure, I just emailed you the Carfax." So now they're texting. It seems completely legit. Why is this not legit? I'm going to give about 30 seconds to a minute to put in the comments. And actually, you actually get a point if you get this correct. Why is this a scam?
And so we'll just keep track. I'll just screenshot the chat, and we'll count those votes along with the poll statistics after.
Yeah, because if you can get this right, you're definitely ahead of most. Most people will get this wrong, because this is a completely legit type of thing. This person is speaking completely clear English. It's not broken English, but this is a verified scam. Sean, are people putting stuff in the chat?
It looks like we got a few people coming in with their responses so far.
What are people saying?
Looks like responding by email, giving information too freely. Another email, using the credit card. Keep them coming. Here's another one with the credit card.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Alice has given us a couple of answers. Okay.
Thanks, Alice.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Love the interaction. Yeah. Keep it coming.
Yeah, because you'll be really surprised.
DMV no-go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, keep it coming, everybody.
Yeah.
There you go. No in-person transaction.
Okay.
What else you got?
Now, think about it this way. Everything's online now. Everybody does things online. Everybody's buying cars online. In fact, once we get to the next part of it, we're going to have some real fun. Because especially with the pandemic, nobody wants to meet anybody. People want to do things through the internet.
Yeah, especially now with COVID and everything, you know.
People want to buy cars online, and
you get away from me, like, yeah.
Yep.
My house, I'm done. All right, I think most people have answered. I'm going to give a couple more seconds just in case anyone wants to put in a last answer.
Yep.
Someone mentioned the punctuation marks, spelling, something with the link.
Yeah. Okay.
Got some good thinkers on the line here.
Yeah, I appreciate everybody's participation, but when I tell you about it, There is one person that's gotten it right so far, though. One person. Actually, two people.
Now we're going to have a bunch of people coming in with guesses.
All right. So we ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. Here it is. Here's the scam. I will be using my credit card to make the full payment, including the 3% fee if possible, before the vehicle can be picked up from your premises. Here's the problem with that. Credit cards are unsecured. When you use a credit card, you can call the credit card company and say, nah, I didn't offer that. In fact, I didn't authorize that at all. And that's exactly what happened right here. If this person would have paid by credit card, we would have been out of luck because all the other stuff is completely legit. Now, did we even have to go look and see where this guy lives and if the phone number is correct? No. The moment that, see, if you look right here in the very top, it says, I've exchanged a couple emails and texts with this guy. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. Does this seem legit? And this is the manager of my sales staff. He sent it to me and I said, it's a scam. So good job, whoever said credit card. That is exactly how we know it's a scam. And then obviously we could have gotten into the really digging into the name and where they live. We didn't even have to go to that point. And this is not the first time this has happened with this exact scam. So let's have some fun here. How do we accept payment and where do we meet? Where do we meet to do the money transaction? What do we do in order to, there could be a couple answers here. How do we get people to pay us? Do we take a cashier's check at the bank? Do we do a regular check? Can we do Venmo, PayPal, cash?
I should say that all of these answers should say, comma, at your bank.
Yeah.
And then also, so someone said on our side of the world, it's a bit different, but in the U.S., most of the payments are done by credit cards. I would beg to differ, especially with cars. You want that. You want the money. You want
absolutely
undeniable money.
We never take credit cards. We'll take credit card as a deposit, but a very small amount because we do that to secure the car. So if we lose $500, it is a risk, but we do that as a deposit. You don't take credit card for the whole car. And we also verify the funds too, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But it'll be interesting to see what people say. I think that most people will get this right, but there are a couple different versions here.
Still got a few stragglers. Go ahead and get your answers in on the poll.
Yep, let's get them in because we got some fun stuff ahead. I mean, real fun stuff.
Cool.
So let's go with 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what people say.
Let's do it. There you go. Most people got it right.
Good job. Good job. Who said Venmo and PayPal? Oh boy. So it really is a cashier's check at the bank. That's the best way to do it. There's other ways of money wiring. You just have to be very careful because there are some scams with money wiring. Here's why cash is a decent option, but it may not be the best option. Because IRS has a regulation, anything over $10,000 has to be reported to the IRS. So if Guido comes in with a briefcase with $20,000, I would be extremely concerned about that because it could be potential drug money or fraudulent money. You always want to do a cashier's check and you always want to meet at the bank. Only the bank. And this is important. Listen closely. You verify the funds prior to going to the bank by having them send you a picture of the check. Verify with their bank. You may have to get on a three-way conversation, but verify it a second time when you get to the bank. And until they clear those funds, you do not release the title. You hold on to that title. Okay. And I hope I'm clear on that. You can get yourself into a very big mess if you don't.
So let's go. Do you bring your potential buyer into the bank with you and say, hey, I'm going to cash this check. You're going to watch it. And then I'll hand you the title when I get the money and it's cleared. Something like that?
Yes. You could either go to their bank and watch them cut the check, or you can go to your bank and deposit that check while you are there. As soon as you release that title, it is not your car anymore. Now, if there's a lien on the vehicle, that is where it gets really complicated. And we handle that, for our clients. It's not something that we don't do every day. We do. But if you're a private owner and you have a lien on your vehicle, you might want to give me a call on how to do that, because that is very complicated. And it's very complicated when you're buying a vehicle with a lien. And it's very complicated when you're selling a vehicle with a lien. So we can talk a little bit about that. And again, any questions you have, I will stay online as long as I can to answer the questions for you after this is done. But this is my favorite part of the presentation. Spot the real dealer. We have 4 dealers here. These are websites. There could be 1 that's real. There could be 2 that's real. There can be 3 that's real. There could be 4 of them that's real. And I'm curious to see if you can spot the real dealer. So actually go ahead and let me do this. I'm going to show them. Go ahead and take down the poll, because I'm going to go through each of these websites and I'm going to show you each of these websites. And then we're going to do the poll after we're done with the 4th one. So I'm going to click on it. We're going live right now online. Here is the first website. This is a place called Major Motor Cars. There's their phone number. There's their address. Here's their inventory. So you can we'll actually go into the inventory. We'll just click on a car. Looks completely legit. Photos. You can actually send them like questions about the vehicle. There's a Better Business Bureau. You can actually click on this link. They have an A+ Better Business Bureau, so they look pretty legit, I would say. They have all kinds of different things. They have an About Us section, directions, why buy from us, their staff. Pretty cool. So that's the first one. I'm going to go to the second one now. This is a place called HotWheelDeals.com. Let's take a look at the second one. So basically, same type of thing. They have inventory. We got the phone number. We got the address. Got the hours of operation. I'm just going to click into one of the vehicles just like we did before. I'm just going to click in this Mercedes. Okay, so got all the information about the vehicle. Oh, look at this. They have a Better Business Bureau. So that's pretty cool. You can click into that. They have an A+ rating on Better Business Bureau. Let's go to the third. This is a place called NitroAutoDeals.com. Another one, they have an inventory, same type of thing. There's the address, phone number, hours of operation. They even have a frequently asked questions. So a lot of people like to go to that. So let's see. They have general questions, buying and selling, how to pay them. So it looks like they're an online dealership. They have a 10-day money back guarantee. They have about security. How does Nitro Auto Deals protect you from fraud? They give a lot of good tips here. So let's go to the next place called Southern Motors LA. Another one, the inventory, hours of operation. I'm sorry, this one doesn't have hours of operation. This one has the phone number, the address, inventory. They have a 7-day money back guarantee. I'm just going to click on the inventory just like I did with the other ones. Nice photos. Let me click into this. There's some more photos, the options. All look fairly the same, don't they? All right, time to put the poll out there. Which one's real?
Car.
Which one's the real one?
All right, here I'm gonna.
Now remember, there could be more than one. Spot the real dealer. It is 5:54 Central Time. We're going to do about 1 minute here. And this is going to blow your mind, this part of the this part of the presentation.
Jay, I'm very excited about a $58,000 911.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Sign me up.
Yeah. There was a lot of nice cars on all those websites.
Yeah. Yeah. Or there was like a Bugatti or what was it? Bentley. A Bentley. I like the Bentley one. That was pretty nice too.
Was that this one here? Well, there's the turbo Porsche.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, there was Corvettes and really, really nice cars.
So where is this? I got to go to LA for this?
No. This one's in Louisiana. LA, Louisiana. Yeah, these are dealers all over the country because remember, people aren't just buying locally. People are going all over the country to buy vehicles.
Yeah, it's all online now.
Yep. So I am so curious to see. I'm excited to see because these are worth points, which is really worth money because the prize that I'm giving out today is worth between $400 to $500.
Everyone's listening now.
Yeah, I know. They're like, maybe I should participate. No, everybody's participating.
We had some good participation. We're looking for about 3 more people.
All right, 3 people, 10 seconds. Got to get your answers in. And I know you guys are online right now looking at these websites yourself, which is fine. Which is fine.
Go on.
All right. We're
There's
ready.
Results.
All right. So I'm sure other people had different answers. So I can't see which ones chose the right ones or the wrong ones, but it looks like 63. So basically 80% of you got it wrong in a way because it looks like some people chose 1, some people chose 2, some chose 3, chose 4. So here's the real answer. It is dealer 1. It is the real one. And here's how this all came about. And the next part of it is I'm going to take you through my process on how to figure out. And this is what I call my buyer's agent process. So we help people nationwide buy vehicles all over the country. And I'm going to take you through my exact process on how I figured out. So starting with the Hot Wheel deals. So that one is definitely fake. But when I show you how I came to that conclusion, it's going to be very interesting. So going into the vetting the reputation, the reputation of the dealer is the very first part of our process that we go through. And there's several steps on how we vet the reputation of the dealer. The first thing we do is a Google search. We do a name and the reviews that the dealer has. So we type in Hot Wheel Deals, car dealer reviews. We look through it and it's like, okay, well, I don't really see anything that has reviews. There's something like Hot Deals on Wheels, there's Hot Wheels, but I can't find anything that says Hot Wheel Deals. So that's number one red flag, okay? The second one is the Better Business Bureau reviews. So we click the Better Business Bureau. Here's what I do, especially when I'm on the website, and I don't know if you caught this. This is the Hot Wheel Deals, and several people chose this as the real dealer. Here's why this isn't the real dealer, or one of the reasons why, I should say rather. This scammer went as far to put a Better Business Bureau logo on their website. And when I click into it, they literally spoofed the Better Business Bureau website. Look at the URL at the top of my screen. It says bbbcom.org. That is not the Better Business Bureau. And when you type in businesses here to look for other businesses, it doesn't search the businesses because it's not real. And they literally they put themselves having an A+ rating. Okay, then they've been in business for 4 years. This is crazy. I mean, this looks completely legit, and somebody's going to fall for this. They even go as far on their website. So if I go back into this website, I'm going to show you something. If you remember when I pulled up the frequently asked questions, remember how it looked really, really legit and was giving you like advice on how to stay safe? Watch this. 10-day money back guarantee, right? So that sounds great. And there's companies out there that are these online companies that they deliver the car. That is what this company is posing as. So basically what you do, the way that they take their payment, how do I pay? Once your offer is accepted, it goes into their special escrow account and the shipping process is started. The full payment will be sent only after you approve the merchandise. So they're saying that, okay, you're going to put your money in this escrow account. We're not going to take your money. And as soon as you approve it, yeah, we'll take your money. And you have 10 days to get your money back. There are all kinds of companies popping up there like that. Be careful, because this website looks completely legit. And the way that I found out was one of our clients hired us to find a Mercedes E63. And he says, hey, what do you think about this one, Jay? And I said, let me dig into it. So I started going through the reputation. And even if you search the phone number, look at the phone number. I put the phone number in Google, nothing. Tropical Fish Factory. There is nothing that says that this dealership is real except for this right here. And this is their own website. So red flag, red flag, red flag. I would have been done at the first one. But just to show you how to do this, then I put a Google map. Remember what it says on the top here, that 3170 Peachtree Parkway in Georgia? Watch this. I put it in the Google map. Oop, hold on one second. I skipped one over. Watch this. I put it in Google Map. I put 3170 Peachtree Parkway in Georgia. And let's see where it shows. It's in the middle of a freaking cornfield. Okay? This is just an address of a cornfield. There are no dealerships here, but most people don't go to that extent to see, hey, am I dealing with a reputable dealer? And then finally, I went as far as to find out, where is this website registered? So I typed in hotwheels.com and watch this. This website, and actually I'm getting chills even telling you about it. It was registered on August 26th of 2020. And look at this, in Panama. How scary is that? These people are in other parts of the country and they are taking good people's hard-earned money. You can see that this website is registered in August. These scammers are getting in and they're getting out. And 3 of those other websites that I had up there were all under that same scammer from Panama. So let's talk about when I contacted the dealership, because I did. I'm sorry, I'm not even going to call it a dealer. Let's say when I contacted the scammer, I did contact him. I sent him an email and I asked a few questions. I said, I'd like to take a look at a Carfax, right? Give me the VIN number, send me the Carfax, give me all the information about the car. And here's what they responded with. I'm hoping you can see this, but this is a real email. 2013 Mercedes-Benz E63 on October 20th. They answered my question. We received your inquiry. Here's the stock number. We are a dealership company. They put all the information about the vehicle. They said it's located in High Point, North Carolina. If you catch it, remember where the dealership's located. It says it's located in Georgia. That's a red flag right there. But then they send me the Carfax. And I'm like, okay, well, if it's a legitimate car, it'll have a Carfax, right? Well, let's take a look a little bit closer. On the bottom of the Carfax, if you can see this, it says Hot Wheel Deals. This is the one that they sent me. Look at the real Carfax, because iAutoAgent has Carfaxes Unlimited. We even have AutoCheck, which is another history report, but I didn't even need to see it. They literally manipulated the Carfax. They forged the Carfax to make it look like it was a legitimate Carfax. So the one on the left is fake. The one on the right is real. So this is scary stuff. And with our buyer's agent program, we vet the dealer, we research the history, but we also arrange for a red carpet delivery. We arrange for the test drive. The person that's going in to drive the vehicle, we work with the people that run the dealer. We come down to the bottom line pricing. We give that to the people that are buying the vehicle. And if they approve the pricing, then they go in and test drive the vehicle. The vehicle is cleaned and ready to go. And then we help them get the best financing rates. We consult with them on warranties. And I have preferred dealers that I work with that these scams do not happen. Now, granted, we do work nationwide, so we do come across dealers that we haven't worked with, but we get the people the information so they don't have to go to the dealer and spend the 4 to 7 hours of ordeal sitting at the dealer. So that's the other side of my division. We help people buy vehicles and keep people safe from scams. And I was able to call my client on this E63 and I said, hey, guess what? I literally just saved you $26,000 on this car, because that's exactly how much it cost. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's a scam. You don't want anything of it. And so it saves people so much time and headache. And if people decide that they want to use iAutoAgent to help them buy a vehicle and keep away from all this headache, we charge a flat fee at the end of the transaction, and it's contingency based. If you buy the vehicle, you pay us. If you don't buy the vehicle, you don't pay us anything. So finally, I'm gonna leave the presentation with 2 more scams. One of them is a phishing. Actually, both of them are phishing scams. We all trust Facebook Marketplace, and now we have these apps called OfferUp, and people find it very easy to sell their vehicles. So like Craigslist is a little outdated, so people feel safer to go to Facebook Marketplace. But is Facebook Marketplace really safer? The answer is no. So if you go through the process that I've taught you today, you will see very quickly, you may not see it on this, but you will see very quickly on the other slide that I show you, This is what we call a phishing scam. And we received this message within the last, and here it is, August 22nd. And we had a vehicle listed, one of our clients' vehicles. And this person says, hello, I'm interested in your posted. So write broken English. Do you want to trade in? But I don't have all the money. And, it could be somebody that just doesn't speak really good English. I will give you $4,250 more and my car. So what he's saying is he's selling his car on Facebook Marketplace also when he wants to trade it. So, okay, well, that sounds legit until you click this link and they find out that they want your username and password for Facebook because you're not logged into Facebook. And it looks like it is a Facebook website, but it really isn't. They're just phishing for username and password, which we all know if somebody gets your Facebook password, it could be very, very stressful to say the least. Let's talk a little bit about OfferUp. OfferUp is an app. Remember how all the way back when we started talking about our text messages, we talked about how to spot a potential scam. Well, if somebody's sending messages through OfferUp, they're not going to put an email in there, right? Contact owner directly. Well, why do I need to contact you through email if we're going to be messaging through this? So you can ask questions. And here's the other real give it away. You can't buy a 2004 Range Rover for $1,000, but I see it every single day, people losing their hard-earned money. And on Friday, so tomorrow, I'm filming on Channel 4 News, I'm an automotive advisor. We're going to be talking about the scam that we just talked about, on how the person wanted to buy the E63 from the fake dealer and how we kept somebody from losing their hard-earned money. So this really ends the presentation. The next part of it is, number one, I want to see who had the most points, and whoever had the most points will get a 60-day Road Club membership on us. And let me just go over what a 60-day Road Club membership is. It's a lot like AAA, but it's so much more. So in 60 days, you will have this membership. If you get stuck on the side of the road, you will get free roadside assistance. If you have a ding in your car, you can actually call the 1-800 number and they will pull the ding out of your car for free. Dings usually cost $125 to $150 or more just to take out a dent. The windshield repair, again, everything comes to your house. This is all mobile, just like our company. You never leave your house. We come to you. If you have a broken key fob or repair, or we'll even replace it for free. Some of these key fobs can be up in the words of $300 to $500 for a key fob. And then the tire road hazard repair, if you have an issue with your tire while you're on the road, that is on us as well. So in 60 days, this is worth about $400 to $500. I'm excited to see who got the most points, and I'm going to leave it to Sean to let me know who got the most points. And Sean, if you could give them the information on how to claim their membership, so we can send them the link so they can get their 60-day membership.
Sure. Here you go. So we actually have to end this webinar in order to get poll results.
Okay. So you will be we'll contact you if you won. But
yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
will reach out, and we have, since you attended this webinar, you registered for it, and we will reach out via email and put you in touch with Mr. Grosman.
I'm gonna also make one offer too, because not everybody did so well. If you want to sell your car through iAutoAgent, you simply go to iLikeIntegrityAutoAgent.com and click Sell My Car. And in the part on the bottom, how did you hear about iAutoAgent? If you could put the cybersecurity, and if you put the cybersecurity presentation in that spot, you will receive a 60. I will also give you, just simply if you allow us to value your car and give us the opportunity to help you sell it. Once again, there is no charge to you. I will also send you a 60-day membership just if you allow us to value your car to give us the opportunity to sell it for you. I just want to keep you safe. And at this point, I really want to just go into the questions. I know that there's probably a lot of questions, and I'll stay on as long as you would like me to. And I'll let Sean and Drew pretty much come up with whatever questions people have, and I'll do my best to answer them.
Yeah, so go ahead, and if you have any questions, drop them into the chat or the Q&A, and we will get them to Jay.
Hopefully I didn't lose you.
Hey, I thought that was really great information. Thanks a lot, Jay.
You're welcome. And, you know, it's just educational, and really, I mean, this could save somebody's life. And right. The way that I look at it is, if I was on, so if I was able to speak to that young man from SIUE, the engineering student, and just tell him a few things, the kid would be alive today, and he was a smart kid. You know, and I think about that every day. So that's why I have so much passion about really keeping people safe, because nowadays, you know, with the contactless type of delivery and people wanting to buy online, you know, there's a lot of people that got the dealership wrong. And that's what's really scary, is they're really smart people on this, and they got it wrong. I think I saw a question pop in. Did someone put it? Anything?
Yeah, it looks like someone was wondering,
okay,
what's the fee a car buyer pays? Is it a percentage?
Oh, if you're okay, so like if you're okay, I charge $9.95 upon a successful sale. So like if and this is something I'll do too. I will actually give a discount to anybody that's on this program, because it's really not about the money for me. It's really about keeping you safe. So any vehicle that we help you purchase, we'll give you a discounted of $695. And it's only upon a successful sale. We can help with new vehicles, leases, used vehicles, nationwide. And you only pay us when you approve the deal.
Awesome. Thank you. And then there's another one here about, they say, what about buying from an auto auction?
Yep. So we are a Missouri licensed dealer, and we can buy from an auction. However, I highly recommend against it. In my opinion, if a car is at the auction and it's more than 1 to 2 years old, chances are there's a reason why it's there, and it's not going to be a good reason. And it's a car that you probably don't want. Also, auctions are very high right now because of supply and demand. There's a massive shortage of vehicles. So if you do have a vehicle that you're looking to sell, it's worth a mint right now because of the fact that there's a shortage of vehicles. What I like to do is I like to go to my preferred dealers. I work with dealers all the time. They love working with iAutoAgent because we get down to the bottom line quick, and everything's done remotely. So you don't have to walk into the dealership until you approve the deal. And the second best would be actually going to a private owner. So the gentleman that we're working with the E63, we're actually helping him buy a vehicle out of North Carolina right now from a private owner. And typically private owners, they're not going to ask as much as dealers, but there are some more red flags that you have to really watch out for at private owners. Potentially trying to sell a less than desirable vehicle. But what we do as part of our process is we have a nationwide independent inspection company that we've partnered with that has no affiliation with iAutoAgent. We actually provide that independent mechanical inspection company at a discounted rate to our potential buyer, so they can make sure that we get eyes on the vehicle before they make the purchase and spend all their money. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, and it looks like another one came in kind of around the same situation. They're
Okay.
kind of curious about extended warranties at dealerships.
Yeah.
And if that's something you'd possibly take, and also would you negotiate it as well?
Yeah, definitely. So we consult with you on all of that. We consult with you on financing, warranties, everything. Sometimes it makes sense to purchase an extended warranty. Sometimes it doesn't. It depends on how long you're keeping your vehicle. We also have some plans that we can provide as well to our clients if they so choose and would like a warranty.
Awesome. I think that's all the questions. At least we've answered all the ones that are currently in there.
Okay.
So we'll give it a few more seconds if anyone has any last minute questions
Yeah.
they want to put in.
Think about it. And really any questions are on the table. It doesn't matter what the question is. I will answer it. I am an open book. And Drew and Sean and you guys can ask questions too. So
yeah, I had a question about we were kind of talking about this a little bit before the call, but tell us about Carvana. I was looking at a car on Carvana and it looked like I ended up not doing it, but I found a better deal elsewhere. But what's your experience with those services like that?
Well, I'm going to try to tread lightly. Carvana is a glorified dealership. They have a massive, massive, massive amount of overhead. They have a lot of money behind them. They are owned by an ex-con, a convicted ex-con. They are different than us in the sense that they're not out there trying to get you top dollar for your car. They're just out there want to give you wholesale for your car. They also have overinflated prices and the quality of cars. And I really encourage you to do your own research. Don't just take it from me. Take a look at the reviews, but don't look at the reviews on their website. Look at the reviews outside of their website because the reviews on their website are amazing. They are definitely a competitor to us. However, you don't get the personalized experience. And it's scary to go buy a car, have it delivered, hope you like it, and then have to go get your money back if you don't like it. It's a lot of the same as these companies that are popping up. People in the Midwest, they want to test drive these cars before they fork over their money. Plain and simple. And these companies are all trying to reinvent the wheel. But that's why these other companies, these scammers are popping up because they see people, it's a weakness that people have. We're in the age of an on-demand society where people just want convenience. And yeah, it's convenient, but is it the best for you? I don't know. You would have to make that decision.
Yeah, I ultimately went elsewhere because the financing was a bit high for me. So I actually like that you said that you help buyers because I'm pretty fresh buyer. Look for good financing options.
Yeah. So some of our dealers. So what's really neat about what we do is we consult with people on the financing, but the really neat thing is we work with some of the top dealers in St. Louis. And those dealers are also partnered with those financing companies. So the people don't even have to go into their bank. They can go right through the dealership. And it's very streamlined, very streamlined. So the dealerships absolutely love us because we make it easy for the dealer. And unfortunately, the 100-year way of buying cars is never going to change ever. And it's just we're just going to see different versions. It's like, oh, well, you can do the whole transaction through the website. Yeah, but you really can't. You really can't. And it's never going to change. Car dealerships will always have a tainted name and they will never be trusted. And that is where iAutoAgent comes in. We are the trusted liaison between the buyer and the seller, whether the seller be a dealership or whether the seller be an individual. And you'd think the dealers don't like us, but it's exactly the opposite because we're spoon feeding them deals and that's all they want. The dealers would actually do things differently. They will never be trusted. Never. That is. I lost something.
Did I lose you?
Oh, no, I'm here. Hello?
Yes.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah, it looks like there was another question about your singing career.
It must be somebody I know. Unfortunately, people do not like listening to me. I like to do a little bit of Neil Diamond, but again, nobody likes to listen to me, at least in my house. I would say it's entertaining, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere. I think the comedy routine might be a little bit before that, because
So
boy, I have some good material.
do they work with you, or do you have agents that clients, buyers, or sellers would work with?
Yeah, we actually provide a dedicated agent for you. So that agent actually not only is dedicated to you to put together a customized plan on how to sell your vehicle, but that agent also will update you a minimum of once a week on the status of your vehicle. So you'll know how many leads we have coming in. You'll know if people say something about the condition of your vehicle. Because unfortunately, people don't always tell the truth when you ask them about the condition of the vehicle. And once we send out the independent inspector, we are a little bit lenient. But I will tell you this, if you don't have a vehicle that's in good condition, it's not going to sell. And if it does sell, the people are going to want a discount way, way more than what it would cost to fix your car. So people try to jump over dollars to save pennies every day. But that's what the agent's job is. It's just like a real estate agent. You walk in the house, the real estate agent says, hey, you might want to fix the hole in your wall. Your house will sell faster. You know, you might want to get the blood stains out of the carpet. You know, it's the same thing with cars. Everybody thinks their car is worth $1 million. And then the other thing is too, the way we value cars is we have the most state-of-the-art technology that allows us to see current and past data, where we've come up with a scientific formula on how to value people's cars. And at the end of the day, not only do people not have to lift a finger, but they're also getting pretty darn close to private party, what they would normally get on their own if they tried to sell it on their own. It's just we can advertise the vehicle at a higher price because we're a dealership and we compete with the dealers, and the private owners just can't compete with the dealers. So that is a huge benefit for people. And on the buyer's agent side, I am actually the only person that does the buyer's agent because of my experience. I know the ins and outs, everything about how dealerships work, what you should expect. The people that are working on my other side of my business do not have a ton of experience in the automotive industry, which is a good thing because their mind's not poisoned. They're fresh, they're new, they're actually former real estate agents. Some of my agents are, and it's really cool. And they're just good people, and they just want to do what's best for the consumer. And that's what we're here for.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't had any questions come through, so
I think we got them all taken care of. Do you guys have any questions or?
Oh, there's one more straggler.
Okay.
Oh, so just thanks. I was just going to say, if anyone has any questions, this is currently being streamed to YouTube, so you can go onto our YouTube stream and post questions there. You can email us. You can message us on LinkedIn. There's lots of different ways to get in touch with us. We'd love to answer any questions that you might have, and really appreciate your time, Jay. Your presentation was great. We love the participation. We look forward to seeing people in the next one.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and just end the recording here and the stream.